I'm Kevin Casey. I'm a professional mixed martial arts fighter. And right now, what I'm about to do is issue a warning out to all other competitors.
I don't want overs. I just expect them to happen.
Fatty's gonna fatty is real.
Yeah, give me fucking truth, baby. Come on.
Welcome to this week's edition of the MMA Analysis podcast. We have a special edition tonight. We're going to look back at how awesome our predictions for 2022 champs were and our breakthrough fighters, as well as look through each division tonight, name our champ, which me and Brad will do really, really poorly at, and then a breakthrough fighter by each division. We are proudly presented by the Hammer Betting Network. Been awesome working with those guys. They got a lot of good content, so please go check that out. Also, if you have not signed up for Tout Master, please do that. We're trying to get as many entries as we can. I think our top ever, a couple years ago was like 175, something like that.
I believe it was 165.
Yeah, we had a good.
You could have just said yes. That was in the ballpark.
Just
get your lie, man. You can't lie. There's people fucking stealing people's money and shit.
Get your money in before the Glover fight, so I can. We're gonna try double up for the winner. Whoever wins Tout Master, we're gonna try to double that money for you.
Yeah. Man Cheat is actually going to be holding the money.
Doesn't matter. We're going to take the money. We're going to take a vacation with it anyway. So,
yeah. Why is Brad's video just frozen on his face?
I don't know. He was perfect before we started, and then it figures out that we're recording this. So then,
Brad, you should do something. You're smiling and it's frozen,
he's so
it
happy.
looks like
he's
it looks
so
like
happy.
It looks like he's on the fucking toilet and it just broke through.
Brad, you might want to get out and get back in. It's bad. We're a very professional show here. So anyway, sign up for Tout Master. If you are interested, reach out to any of us on Twitter and we can hook you up with that, or just reach out to the MMA Analysis Twitter account. We can send you over the information to get signed up on that. We can do PayPal for the entry. If you don't have PayPal, hit me up on Twitter and I can work out the Venmo that way as well if you only have Venmo. I don't think Canadians have Venmo, do they? Why don't you guys like Venmo? They're owned by PayPal.
Well, we can send money to each other for free instead of using a dumb fucking third party
Venmo doesn't cost money.
We can just send money from our banks to our other banks for free.
Everyone can do that, just no one does it here.
I know. Because
I don't like how our faces
shit
are.
Like PayPal who fuck people over on currency exchanges and shit like
Your
that.
guys' faces are just very close in this triple view.
I know. That's a big one.
Damn.
I back up naturally. I don't want to be too close to the camera.
There we go.
Look at that.
That's much better. So anyway, sign up for Tout Master.
You want
it's an awesome competition. If you don't know the rules, you pick every single fight for the entire UFC year. We do it in Google Drive. We have real-time standings once a fight's over. Shaun updates that very quickly so you can see real-time standings through the year. If you pick a favorite, you get 1 point. If you pick a dog, you get the value of that dog. So if it's a plus 200 dog, you get 2 points. It's a plus 150, you get 1.5 and so on. So there is value in taking dogs there. So if you have any friends, anyone you work with, whoever wants to join, just let us know. We're happy to do it. It's a fun competition. Who won last year? We should give a quick shout out. I forget the guy's Twitter name. Shaun?
I know. I should know this off by heart.
Well, I deleted the 2022 Tout Master.
He follows all of us on Twitter.
I know. I talked to him. I wanted to give him a little shout out. Shaun will figure that out, and we'll give him a shout out. Join that. I guess anything to cover, but while we're waiting on Bradley to buy a real computer,
or go kick the snow off of his satellite dish that he's got running his shit through. There he is.
Would you change rooms?
Yeah. I went to
hold up now. You're throwing that juice stuff in our face now. I mean,
get that juice stuff off of our podcast.
I know Brad said he was Jewish. I didn't know he said he's just a little Jewish. You know,
it's a little too much.
There we go. Cheers.
Z-Barb won last year. Joshua.
That's right. So congrats to him. I got 6, which was my best ever, so I'll take that.
Yeah, you won a fantasy football title too. Finally, it's about time.
Well,
I won my other league, but didn't.
Yeah, the one league I didn't win, and I got second this year. I've gotten, I think, 4, kind of like you. I've won it. Well, I've made the finals like 4 or 5 straight years. In the one with our league, is that the one where I started Joe Burrow and it still beat you by 60? Was that one?
Yeah, I mean, my dude's literally look. Derrick Henry pulls out to start the week because they got a meaningful.
All right,
game
let's say Derrick Henry got 50.
No, you were gonna. You blew me out. Yeah, dude. It was my worst week I had all year, but that's fantasy football, man. You know.
I had the same in my other league. I was not happy, and it was a bigger buy-in, so not a cool trade-off for me. Anyway, let's get on with the show. Unless there's anything else you guys wanted to go through. Good.
Peak MMA right now. We go a month with no fights.
Yeah, great.
All hell breaks loose all at once. It's
yeah. You got Baroni murdered his wife. Girlfriend. Dana White hit his wife, which those are that's kind of expect kind of both those. Jake Paul signed with PFL. That's fun, I guess. Yeah.
There's fraud still out there stealing your money.
Man cheat? That was enjoyable.
You cannot let these children have a couple weeks unsupervised. You just can't do it.
There's a reason we call this contest Toutmaster. Like it's because we were making fun. Yeah, it launches careers, and we were making fun of these frauds that have been doing this shit forever in MMA, and they'll never stop. They can't stop. Won't stop.
I mean, people surprised that a tout stole money. That's your fault.
Not even a tout, like a poverty tout, like a $5 Patreon tout.
Yeah, when they're at the point to where they are more shitty content creator than actual like sharp-minded sports bettor, and they're charging you for a $5 Patreon instead of like, here's my record and my bet slips where I'm betting $1,000 a fucking fight. You probably shouldn't send them any money. And I will say for us, we all have jobs. we all do this shit for fun. So we're not gonna take your like few grand. It doesn't mean that much.
Yeah, I got it. Not a problem. And Paul also said that if we stole the money, Paul Shag, he would go ahead and take care.
So we kind of have to steal. We have to steal the money.
Well, that's what I told him. Just to see if he's a man of his word, see if he's got any integrity.
Well, I told Paul, I mean, like I'm gonna split the Glover winnings with him. So just cover everything just in case, and let's make some extra money.
It was good times. The answers to the Manpreet guy that he was giving were if he would have just came out and be like, bro, I fucking gambled the pool away. We'd have been like, that's ridiculous, but respect.
You know what? I think a lot of people, even the people he owed money to, because he seemed to be like a genuinely okay dude before all this and shit, and had a lot of people that liked him and vouched for him. I think if the dude would have come out and said, look, man, I got a problem. I literally gambled it all away. I'm going to do what I can to pay people back when I can. It would have went. It would have went so much better for him. It really would have.
Yeah, people with problems like that generally do not respond in the best ways.
That one dude he got though is pretty fucking shitty, man. The dude that he owes the biggest chunk to.
12 grand.
Dude's like a student
like
and
a
shit.
PhD or something.
Yeah, he was gonna like pay off a chunk of student loans and shit and stuff like that. Like that's life-changing money for some people, man. Like it is
a lot of people, especially these days.
Yep.
That's Best Fight Bros like 5-year income.
hey, respect to the Hugs, man, who finally was like, you know what? I'm just not good at this shit. I'm gonna go back to doing my show, and you know what? Probably starts hitting a whole lot more bets when you do it.
I think I saw a tweet of his. I think he actually did well this year.
That's impossible.
Who knew?
The vibes had to come around, baby.
Who knew when you weren't trying to shake people down for fucking $59.99 for a fucking fight card, you could actually focus on winning some bets.
Maybe Dana should stop trying to shake us down for fight cards this year. Jeez.
God, he's up to like 80 or something. Fuck. They raised that.
Someone retweeted, I don't know who it was. It was a tweet I had sent to Manpreet about a year and a half ago, telling him,
you vouch for him.
I said, don't go tout. I was like, you seem like a good dude. Every tout is a scumbag. I said that to him. I said, and he was like, oh, so you're going to hate me now? I was like, touts can't be trusted.
Not yet.
It's true in 95% of the cases. And look at that.
I told the sleeveless one when he DM'd me right before all his shit. I was like, don't do it, bro. It never works out and people are going to hate you.
Juju.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It happens every time.
Brutal. All right, let's go ahead and jump right in. Are we going to start with the ladies?
Yes.
I'm going to start at the top.
Of course.
All right, so 2022 recap.
Oh, geez, I'm leaving.
Women's straw rate. I had Rodriguez. I don't know who that is.
Marina Rodriguez.
He's taking pics. He don't even know the fuck.
Did I win?
Unfortunately, you did not.
Brad also had Rodriguez. Me and Brad are always lockstep in these things. Shaun had the trauma girl, Nama Yunus. He was incorrect as well. And Wes got the dub. Zang. Nice job, Wes.
Thank God one of us got it.
I don't know what you win. All right, so for this year, I have not looked at this.
Oh my God! Every year, it's literally every year the same thing. Get on the show, we bullshit for fucking 20 minutes, and then Lance is like, "Hold up, I gotta look."
I'm pulling things up. You don't have to worry about me. I do this shit for a living. I make up shit my entire life every day. All right. So we didn't do breakthrough fighters for any of the women's division because we could only name a few. I guess we'll go right to 2023 for that.
Are we? Are we gonna do year? We're gonna. Thought we go through our picks from last year and then do this year so we can kind of talk about it. Shaun?
No, we're doing this way. Because you talked about the division, you say who you thought it was.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, yeah. Got you.
Better.
All right, like it because we can skip the first four and then we can actually talk about the division.
Yeah, we can go quick here. Well, women's strawweight. Who you got, Bradley?
This is a division. Is this is Zhang's division, right?
Yes.
She's
so.
good and she has muscles and she kind of fights like a dude. So yeah, she's gonna be the pick.
Okay, Wesley.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much I think gotta go Zhang here. I just don't see. I don't see Rose beating her. Who else do we even have? I kind of wanted to take a look. Esparza. I mean, they're just
murdered Esparza.
Yeah, I mean, Jessica Andrade. I think that's about the only fight that could be a scrap, but that's it. And I don't think Andrade can beat her at this point. So yeah, Zhang
even in that division anymore.
I think she
bounces back.
Yeah, she goes
where she's going next.
If she got a title fight, then yeah, but she's back up fighting up a weight class right now. So,
All right, so you're going with Zhang. I'm going to go with Amanda Lemos. I'm not going to pick anyone that makes sense. That's a good one. I think I stand by this.
Is it?
I think so. I think I'm gonna do it. That's a good one.
Yeah. She got standing arm strangled by Jessica Andrade last
year. That was obviously she was throwing it because she felt bad for Jessica Andrade OnlyFans sales. So she's a good person as well. So I'll pick Lemos. All right, let's go next. We got women's fight.
Pick? The fuck?
Oh, you know this is your fault. You typed it in, and then I forgot about you.
Ah, that makes sense.
Don't type it. I'm Ron Burgundy over here with these.
I'll pick Zhang, even though Rose has beat her twice already. I don't think Rose fights more than once, and she's not getting a title shot, so Zhang it is.
My pick's the coolest.
It is.
It is.
All right. You guys make fun of me every year because I pick weird shit and get none of it right. So now I'm just gonna pick them all right this year.
You will pick someone that's like not even in the UFC or is about to make their debut as champion.
I'm about to pick somebody that hasn't fought in like 4 years.
Oh, here we go.
So am I.
Last year you picked a PFL fighter and a Bellator fighter as your champion.
I know. I got to pick a Risen fighter this year too. Jeez, got to round it out.
One FC. All right. Women's flyweight. We all picked Shevchenko. We were all correct. Not much to add there. Bradley, who are you going with flyweight?
Obviously, it's Tatiana Suarez.
Oh my God.
It's her year this year, guys. It's her year.
She just hurt her neck. She heard you say that, and her neck just snapped.
Did she get to a title shot in a year with one fight?
In this division?
In this division?
She'll destroy. I forget who she's supposed to fight, but she'll destroy her.
Chugagi is number 3. Can you get past that?
Yeah.
Chugagi is dangerous.
She's not going to have to fight the Mook.
Yeah. All right, Wes.
Yeah, look, I get that. I thought about that. I just, we were talked about Suarez years ago now, but that's the problem. She's fought a couple times, and you're like, she's got serious problems, man. Like serious physical problems. Hey, if she stays healthy for a full year, could she get a title shot and win? Maybe. I'm still not like totally convinced she can beat Shevchenko off one bum fight. Maybe. I gotta go Shevchenko. I do think that Brad and Shaun's right, though, that if there's one person that could do it, it's Suarez. Like we've all thought for years, but she's probably going to show up fucking tomorrow at a press conference in a neck brace and talk about how she rolled out of bed and her neck snapped again. So I can't trust that. Shevchenko.
It could be the chick that beat her last year.
Nah, I mean, I think that's a different fight. I think that's a different fight next time.
Shaun.
Canada just won gold. I'm on a delayed stream, so that's why I didn't.
And the kitty and the
Brad probably already fucking knew, but
the high school hockey stuff.
Yeah,
under 20. Yeah,
wonderful.
I'm picking Suarez. She smashes somebody early in the year, and she gets a title shot and wins. It's boring taking Shevchenko. I think I've taken her the last 4 years.
If you want to be right,
Shevchenko definitely has, like in that last fight, she definitely did finally shown some vulnerabilities at this weight class. So,
do you think those were more vulnerabilities or completely overlooking somebody?
I think you get bored when you win all that. We've seen.
I think it's a little more of the latter, though.
John Jones, Anderson, GSP. It seems like all the greats. They get into this lull when they've won 4, 5, 6, not very.
I mean, Nunes lost to fucking Juliana Pena.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what we saw out of Shevchenko in that fight. And,
it's possible. She's very good.
But I get the pick, man. If there's one chick that if she was healthy and I think competing, in fight ready shape and competing, I do think she could beat Shevchenko. I think we've all thought that for a while, for sure. The hell are you drinking? Is that Pabst?
Some Mighty Swell.
No.
Oh, I was like, what
Mighty
the fuck?
Is that one of Water Show's drinks?
Yeah.
It was made in Austin, so it must have been Jeremy. He made it for me. It's pretty good. I'll take Shevchenko. That French chick sucks. We know she's going to fight this French chick this year. She's terrible. Yeah. And then it's who else does she fight? Does she fight Suarez? I don't know. Does she go up and fight Nunes? That's also a possibility. So she could have a title shot with Firo and then fight Nunes, and then that's it for the year.
You could be right. Let's hope.
Oh,
Let's hope she'll fight twice.
I've had the other 3 kinds of this. Not bad. This is fucking dreadful.
Love it.
I'm going to have a Sazerac, I think, in New Orleans next week. Isn't that the drink there? A little Sazerac? I don't know what that is. But I think I'm going to drink it.
I've never had a Sazerac.
New Orleans.
Sounds exotic.
Bottom 3 city. True or false?
That's why
I've this last week.
I've never been there, but you're like one of the few people I've heard that
very
from.
Few
people
that
I
people
know
don't
that's
like,
been there. Yeah.
Most
people I know that's been there.
Let me. You can do New Orleans where it's okay. French Quarter, cool, great casino there, some good food. The sole of your shoe touches Bourbon Street.
Lance has reached the upper echelon to where it's inside casino, nice restaurant. Right. If I got to go outside with the plebs, then this place fucking sucks.
It's not easy being rich. You have to be, tough. Take Fremont Street. We were on Fremont Street, Wes. Or you didn't come with us the last one.
I didn't come down. Yeah.
Take Fremont Street, take the Strip. Fine. New Orleans is 50 times grosser than the Las Vegas Strip on Bourbon Street. 50 times worse. But see, nice eras there.
Just avoid that area.
There's people that enjoy that type of party, man.
I'm like my last job, I was like the young one. I'm like the old man in this order.
You sound like
old on us. That wrist brace.
He's gonna be out there tossing beads and flashing dudes and shit.
This dude's got a fucking carpal tunnel brace on and shit. Talking about I hate Bourbon Street and shit. Like old man.
Tunnel. I hyperextended my thumb all the way back, and my thumb joint is degenerating.
Dude, like
you did that while you were typing? Jeez.
Well, about 6
My thumb went all the way back to here when he tested it today.
Well, 6 weeks ago, fucking Jay's running down the couch and dives at me, and I catch him, and his whole body comes down on that thumb and bends it back like that. 6 weeks, man, just hurting and hurting.
You need a brace.
I don't. You got to drag me to a doctor, man. I
got an X-ray and it was negative, which I was surprised because I'd broken this thumb in high school. And then I have all kinds of bad shit. So he's giving me 3 or 4 weeks to see if it's better before we do an MRI and hopefully not like torn ligament surgery.
Amputate.
As long as it's not your good time hand, you'll be all right.
I'm a switch hitter.
Well, I mean, you could just go 4 fingers in a nub, I'm sure. I'm sure you could do 4 fingers in a nub. You work.
There you go.
Throw the brace on real tight and do the old stranger.
There's this you can make like this little wrap around it. I don't know. We'll try it out.
He's gonna strap that motherfucker to the rest of your hand that's left.
just strap it in.
Jesus Christ.
There's a lot of options. I'm gonna be in a hotel room by myself for 3 nights.
Yeah, you got plenty of. Not on Bourbon Street, so you got plenty of time to experiment.
Bourbon Street, man. You drink one of those hurricanes, things just change. They have like 6 shots in them. Anyway, women's bantamweight. If we go to last year, we let's see. I had Shaun, and Wes had Nunez, and Brad just got 2 picks. He had Jermaine Durandame and Holly Holm.
What?
So close
on both. Close.
I thought you had it. All right, so we'll do it this year. Brad.
Jeez. I don't even know who's in this division. Is Tatiana Suarez in this division?
Holly Holm's still number 3. People make fun of featherweight. Featherweight has 1 person, and bantamweight's just as bad.
Wow. I don't.
There's nothing to even go out. There's nothing even to go out on. Like,
you know what? I'm gonna go none because Nunez is gonna retire at some point this year.
They're just gonna have no champion.
Yeah.
Yep. She'll fight once and then she'll drop the title and she retires.
Yeah. Exactly. Perfect.
All right. I just hate picking the obvious one. I'm gonna think of something.
Exactly.
All right.
That's what.
Good luck.
No,
but I'm using it for featherweight, Brad.
In this division, if she's there, it's absolutely Nunez. Like there's nobody, absolutely nobody. So will she? I don't know. We're gonna give a name, I guess. It'd be Nunez.
Shaun?
Nunez.
Valentina Shevchenko.
There we go.
Ooh,
They're gonna fight this year. They're gonna fight. Why not take it?
Double champ.
Be a little different. I think Nunez is. I think she's towards the end. I understand she was better in the rematch and she won the rematch, but when you lose to Juliana Pena in the year 2022,
come on.
That's it.
Come on.
She got that quitting her.
That second fight was just come on, man. Like
massacred her.
She was fucking fat.
She
was fat and didn't give a shit in that first fight. You want to talk about fucking Shevchenko not caring? Holy shit, did Nunez not care? Man, she fucking looked like prime Nunez in that second fight. Holy fuck, she was fucking doing step back check hooks, just dropping fucking Pena over and over. Nah, come on, man. Come on. Right. Nobody's touching.
Featherweight division. I should have been correct, but I was wrong. But Brad had Kayla Harrison. Nunez for Wes and Shaun. I picked Fold, which I should get a half point here. There were 0 fights in featherweight this year in 2022.
They didn't fold it yet.
0. If there was 0 fights, wouldn't that be Fold?
Nope.
If I told you there was no fights at men's featherweight this year, what would you say next year?
Well, that's a real division, so it doesn't count.
Half a point. All right, let's look at this year. All right, Brad.
Well, obviously not Kayla Harrison because she sucks. Who was the chick that beat Kayla Harrison?
Pachenko.
Marissa Pacheco.
Yeah, she's
former UFC fighter.
She's kind of fun. She's kind of fun.
She go like 0-3 in the UFC or something?
She did, yeah.
She fought.
I'm gonna pick nobody. I'm gonna pick nobody again because
like fold the division. Is that or is she just gonna relinquish the belt?
We'll do Fold. We'll do Fold. They'll finally do it this year.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Nunez, but the best thing that could ever possibly happen to this division in its entirety is somehow Nunez and Cyborg fight again, and we get that one more time. That's it. That's all anybody cares about. Nobody wants to see fucking Kayla Harrison fight again ever against anybody. We didn't barely want to see her fight before. We sure as fuck don't want to see her fight now. But I would love to see Nunez Cyborg one more time. That's a terrific fight. Just would be excellent, but probably never happens. I don't think she fights at this weight again. So guess she'll still be champ by the end of the year. Put it that way. She'll be double champ. She'll be double champ at the end of the year.
Can they really go 2 years without a fight in this division and keep it open? Like, what's the point?
To promote Nunez as the double champion when she's fighting whoever she's fighting in the other weight class. They'll use it for.
They don't even talk about it now. They're just like, oh, she's the GOAT.
Yeah,
it's the GOAT more than
whatever.
The double
Nobody
champ.
cares.
But her carrying around those 2 belts on posters and everything else matters. Doing interviews with those 2 belts, it matters a little bit.
This is why I'm more into the power slap. It's just the man who can slap the hardest wins. It's
Lance Nunez, 145ers Power Slap League.
Just perfect. I'm gonna take Fold. I'm gonna take Fold again, and hopefully it hits. All right, let's move on to Flyweight. So we have
Lance.
Lance is fucking flustered.
Oh, yeah, you're Fold again.
Because you usually go first. You usually go first.
Now it's fucking me up because and he keeps typing in, so I just look over. Okay, done. Next one. Double your fault, really.
It's folding. It's folding.
There you go. You happy? Make you feel better?
Yep. We just gave Wes a free point.
Yep.
All right. Probably. Okay, so Flyweight for breakthrough. Brad had Muhammad Mokaev. Decent.
Not bad.
Wes had Amir Albazi. I would say that's good.
Yep. Stole it from me last year.
David Dvorak. I don't know who that is. F.
He lost to Manel Kopp.
Oh, that was my guy. Does that mean I'm better than
you?
Here, let me do this. Let me fix this sheet for you, Shaun. I can't edit it? You son of a bitch. I was gonna put a greater sign for my guy to
come on.
I was gonna put a greater sign for my guy to your guy since he beat him.
Kopp was ranked like 8 when you picked him. Like
that is the greasy part of that. That was a West maneuver right there.
Are you sure?
Last year,
yeah, he was definitely.
Yeah. I would at least keep it outside of the top 10. Maybe
you did not always keep it outside.
Maybe
the top
it's
10.
right outside the top 10. But
how do we see what his record was last year?
I don't know, just look at the guys.
If you go to
he only fought once. How was he 8th? He only fought once in 2022.
Because flyweight, that's all you need.
True. I don't know how to see rankings history.
So he was coming off 2 wins. No. So he obviously he went 2-2 in 2021.
Yeah.
And he was coming off beating Ode Osborne and Zaga Zumagulov, and you picked him to be the breakout.
So I won. I did good.
Not really. He fought once and beat David.
He beat a top 10 guy. He was undefeated. Take it how you will.
In the rankings, after his win, he went up from 12 to 9.
Yeah.
All right. This division is super fun, and I fucking hate it, by the way. I just want to say. So I had Kopp, and then Flyweight champions. Brad had Alexander Pantoja. Wes had Figgy. Shaun had Moreno. I also had Pantoja. Okay, you guys, Brad, we'll start with you. I'm going to find a breakout fighter.
Real point winner. Interim title bullshit.
Pantoja is the best fighter in the division. Does that count for something?
You were a year behind, bro. You were a year behind.
I'm running it back. I was ahead of the curve last year. It's going to be Pantoja this year. Whether Figgy wins and goes up to 135 and gets rid of that belt, or Moreno wins and then Pantoja fights Moreno, he's getting it one way or the other.
Fair. All right. Who you got, Wes? You should go in Pantoja?
Yeah, I just think y'all were a year behind on my boy there. But I think he's finally gotten there. It's taken that dude a few years of some really tough fights, man. That dude's fought some of the best. He's lost a couple. He's won some now. I think he's got a style to beat either one of those dudes, whether Figgy stays or goes. I think he could smoke Moreno. I like Pantoja. I think he's going to finally get that belt, man. And we've all, I think, liked him for a while in this show. I know I have. I've watched him a long time.
All right, Wes or Brad.
He's all over the place.
Hold on. What did I do? I don't know.
It's Shaun for champ, and then we'll do breakout.
What? Brad already gave his pick?
Yeah, he said Pantoja.
Fuck, you're off your game. Those steroids are going through your brain.
I'm trying to find my breakthrough fighter in the division.
It is my turn. I am also picking Pantoja.
Man,
it's kind of lame to be going across the board, so there's probably no chance that he's gonna win it. But I agree with Wes and Brad. I think he can beat both Moreno and Figueiredo. So he's ready to do it.
Yeah, I gotta go. I can't get away from my boy now. So yeah, I'll go Pantoja.
Oh, wow.
Pantoja, damn.
Non-defending fighter sweep.
I did see on the I think it was Dave Mason post those lines. He was the betting favorite to be the champion this year.
I think after his last year, I think a lot of people kind of are seeing that now, to where he kind of was a dark horse, but
yeah,
more even casuals know about Pantoja now.
He's very good. All right, breakthrough fighter, Brad.
This year, I think I'm gonna go with the new Gooch, Tatsuro Taira. He's
everybody
like the only good Asian prospect in the UFC, and I think he's pretty damn decent. So he's certainly gonna get absolutely bodied by some guy you've never heard of in the coming year, but we'll see.
Sweet.
Yeah, I usually try to look for a couple in case we're kind of on the same guy, but it's just kind of hard in this division to find a young kind of up and comer that you think could be decent enough to get close to a top 15, top 10, and it's TR, man. That's the dude at this weight class, 22 years old. I think he could take a big leap this year. Don't know if it's this year or next year, but I think Brad's right. He's going to run into somebody that can grab a upper body lock on him and start getting him into a little bit of trouble, I think. So, but the kid's still only 22, man. I think he's got a really bright future. However, the next couple years look, that he's pretty good right now.
Shaun?
Yeah. When I was looking for all the breakout fighters throughout the weight classes, I don't know if prospects are just getting worse or if they're going to other places.
It's this division too. This division.
No, it was like there's some obvious ones, obviously, when we go to some higher weight classes. But I don't know. I felt like a couple of years ago there was usually like at least two guys you could kind of pick from in almost all divisions. This one was tough. Tyra's obviously is probably the guy at this one, but. To be different, I'll go with Jimmy Flick. He's a huge underdog coming
out of retirement.
See, I had to take that out of it when I'm looking though. Like if this dude's like 30 and he's like got losses
Come on, man.
and shit.
He gets a win. He gets 2 wins. He's definitely ranked. He might even be pushing top 10. It's
You're
not hard
right.
to do in this division.
That should count. Like if you could even a dude that's got a couple losses past year and shit, if he can have a great year and be a breakout, get up to fight a top 10 dude or something, that's a breakout year. Yeah, agree.
I'm gonna go Mikhaev. He's like 14th. If he gets to like top 5, that's breakout.
That's actually that's a good pick. I just didn't want to use him like to.
I feel worse about that pick than I would have last year. I don't know. He won ugly his last fight,
man.
But he wins, and he's never at threat of losing.
The way he wins and the way he fights is so safe. It's going to be hard for somebody right now to beat him.
So it's going to a little bit scary against fucking Malcolm Gordon. That's
dangerous man.
Concerning.
It's also going to be hard for him to like break out and impress people with the way he fights.
Yeah,
right?
No doubt. Yep,
that's going to be the tough.
If we're talking like Shaun's pick and we make the case for Jimmy Flick being able to have a breakout year, Mukayev's got to go by just being young and up and comer because he ain't going to have no breakout fights to put him on the map. That's for fucking sure.
He's coming. Just be careful. All right, let's move on now to the Bantamweight division. Last year for champs, actually we'll start with the breakthrough. Brad had Ronnie Lawrence. I believe he lost.
Ooh. Yeah, he did.
Timur Valiev. I don't know who that is. Is he in the UFC still?
Yeah. Yeah, I think did he lose last year? I thought he won.
I think he lost a fight.
He fights like once a year.
Yeah, he just doesn't fight and he's boring.
We actually did really fucking bad.
He lost to Jack Shore. That was the only fight he had in 2022.
Bantamweight's a hard one because the division is so deep. Like you can't, you almost have to pick somebody either in the back half of the rankings or very close to the rankings.
The top 20 is like so many dudes that can win a fight on any night. Like look at it, the top 20. Like any of those dudes, they're all tough. They're all like decent fighters and shit, man. It's a bunch of them. Like Pedro Munoz is out of the top 10 and shit. Like there's that UFC rank. I'm looking at somebody else's rankings.
No, Pedro Munoz is 9.
Yeah, see, like that dude's like right inside the top 10 and shit. Like that shit's tough.
The guy I picked lost both his fights. Nate Manis. I don't know why. I don't understand. Jack Shore lost. All 4 of our guys lost. Breakthrough. All right, champions. Brad had Aldo.
No, that's a typo. That was supposed to say Aljo.
Okay, that makes sense. We all had Jan. All right, let's do it. Champions for 2023.
I'm gonna stick with Aljo. When he was coming up and making his run to the title,
stick with Aldo.
No, I'm sticking with Aldo. I mean, there's a good chance that Aldo gets elected to Brazilian parliament or something, since he's gonna like ghost run for Bolsonaro.
Yeah, he's down there hanging out. Bolsonaro's gonna get like another flesh-eating bacteria and just disintegrate down there in Florida. Aldo's gonna like proxy run.
But yeah, I'm gonna stick with Aljo. I just think the reason that people were so confident with Jan against him is they thought that Jan could stop what he does, and he's come the closest to stopping what he does, but he hasn't actually been able to do it. So I think he just ragdolls whoever he gets in there with at this point.
All right, Wes, there you go.
Yeah, so I think that's I'm taking Aljo as well. I think that's kind of how you got to look at it. How he squares up again against Jan, because that fight will probably happen again in the next year or so. I think the first.
Really?
Well, I mean,
because Jan
might not
lost the O'Malley fight too.
Lost 2 in a row. Man.
Well, just I'm touching all my bases here, just in case, because Jan's still right there. He's one of the top dudes. I just think that first fight, there was the glaring weakness, man. Like Aljo gassed quick. I think it was a big spot, and he did a lot of shit. He gassed. that second fight, he didn't. Like, he got his shit together. He's a dude that improved from that first fight to that second. He fixed the shit that was wrong, and look what happened. Now what I think is going to happen is he's probably going to end up fighting the winner of Sandhagen and Vera at some point. And I think he bodies either of those dudes again. Sandhagen's probably the tougher matchup just because he's a different style fight than Vera. But I think he bodies either of those dudes. And then if it's Jan late in the year, I think he can beat Jan again. So I think Aljo is going to be the champion.
The guy that he beat in a minute is his tougher matchup.
Well, it's going to be a different fight, I think, than that fight. I mean, I mean, we know what Vera does. I think Aljo knows what Vera does. Vera's good at what he does, but you know, Sandhagen's just going to bring a funny style of a fight. And yeah, it's possible. Can Aljo snatch something on him quickly? Yeah, he's probably going to eventually anyway, whether it be in 30 seconds or 15 minutes. I think he gets either one of those dudes out of there. I think they go to the mat and Aljo's choking them both. So,
we don't need to break down fake fights.
No, they're not fake fights. That's the top of the division.
The first one was a fake fight. All right, who you got, Shaun?
Yeah, I'll go with Sterling as well. I guess the only caveat I have, like Wes, I think he beats either Vera or Sandhagen. The question mark, I think, is Henry Cejudo. I know he's been out forever. That dude is good, and it's an interesting matchup if he comes in motivated and at full force. But whether he does or not, I don't know. But that's an interesting fight. Other than that, I think Sterling has got it.
Does Merab and Sterling ever fight each other?
They won't fight each other.
They won't fight
I don't think so either. But I think if that fight was to ever happen, that's interesting, man.
Aljo subs him like so fast.
That's an interesting fight, man. I'm telling you, Merab, his wrestling's so fucking stupid, man. Like, that's an interesting fight.
Not that good. Couldn't take Aldo down.
Hey, still one.
I'm going.
Well, you're talking about the greatest fucking takedown defense we've ever seen on an MMA fighter. So,
Derek Lewis.
Oh God,
he just lost his breath again.
You know, I was gonna go Aljo here. I was kind of back and forth, but everyone picked Aljo, so I'm gonna go Henry Cejudo.
There we go.
I mean, I think on the feet, I think if Cejudo can keep it standing, which I think certainly could have some difficulty taking him down, I think Cejudo's the better striker on the feet with his boxing. So, Henry Cejudo. All right, breakout fighter of the year, Brad.
This one's kind of dumb, as a bunch of mine are known to be, but I'm going with the Willie Cat this year as my breakout at Bantamweight. I don't know that he's actually going to win a bunch of fights, but they're going to be fucking fun. And if he does win, people are going to love him. So I'm rocking with the Willie Cat.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you could go a really dumb way and go with that ugly fucking just alien little kid that's gonna be he's gonna have a breakout year. I think Rosales is gonna have a breakout year this year because the kid is pretty good. They're gonna set him up with nice matches for him to show out. But I gotta go with Umar, man. I think that guy is actually very good. And he's very exciting. He's not like the others. And he's got a matchup in his next fight to where if he performs how he's performed before, that's a huge win. And after that, he's going to get somewhere around a top 10 guy towards the end of the year. If he beats Barcelos, that's legit. So I'm going to go Umar as a breakout this year.
Shaun?
I'm going with Umar as well. He is ranked 11th, so it is kind of greasy, but yeah. I think he can get into big fights like Wes. I think he's gonna beat Rowney, and hopefully after that they can match him up with somebody decent, and then the third fight of the year at the end of the year he gets a big name and he's right there for a title shot.
I'm going Mario Batista.
That was the other guy I was looking at.
34 years old?
No,
he's not that old.
Mario Batista is a young dude.
Oh, is he? I'm thinking of different.
Yeah.
There's no way he's old unless he looks good. 29.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking somebody else.
Yeah,
he's looking better.
He's looked good the past year. He's actually
Guido Canetti,
right on that brink of ranks.
Guido.
Like
he's gonna smoke Guido. That's gonna be like ugly, man.
That's so mean.
That was the other thing I'm thinking. He's almost ranked. Probably he's probably right there. He's gonna get a nasty finish in his next fight. Probably get a top 10, 15 fighter. So it happens. All right. Cool. Featherweight division. If we go to last year, Brad had AJ McKee. Close. Wes Holloway.
Yeah.
I actually liked that AJ McKee pick last year. Thought that was a decent pick.
AJ McKee lost to some shitty little tiny fella named Pitbull.
He's not that shitty.
I want a big bet.
Just
let's
if
he's not that shitty, how many UFC wins does he have?
Let's move on.
Who's the all-time leader in minor league baseball home runs? Exactly. You have no idea.
Let's move on, bro.
Me and Shaun had Volkanovski. All right, let's go this year. Featherweight division. Wes, Brad, Shaun, one of you. We'll go Brad.
Are you gonna read Breakout and then Champs like you have been doing, and then we?
Oh, I need to read Breakout now.
He's all fucked up.
No, you were
trying to look at these fighters. It is really distracting.
Our problem.
You were starting with.
Said you were ready to go.
You were starting with Breakout.
Yeah, to be here.
Then reading our champ pick. Then reading our champs. Right. Then we pick champs and then pick breakouts for this year.
All right, cool. Breakouts. Brad had Lerone Murphy. I have no idea. He did good.
I don't think.
I think he fought once and won.
Once did he? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Congrats.
I went last year, so I had to scrape the bottom of the barrel. All right.
That's why you're going first this year.
I know he's perfect. I love it.
All right, Evil for Wes.
Yeah, that's good.
Taporia for Shaun.
Very good. Very good.
Oh, we reversed it. I picked Mitchell, so we got to turn it back.
Yeah.
That's where Shaun also went full Wes on that pick too last year, because Taporia was like right there.
He was ranked near the top. He was in 15.
Yeah. All right, and then we did the champs. Okay, so champs for this year. We'll start with Brad.
I think this one's not as difficult as people are making it seem. A lot of people are like, oh, Volkanovski's moving up to 155. He's going to fight there, and he's not coming back down to 145. I don't think he's going to win against Makhachev. He's going to get turned up in the cheese sauce, and he's going to have to go back down with the little dudes to fight where they do. And he's going to stay champ, whether it's not actually fighting or if it's fighting once against Josh Emmett at the end of the year.
Tough. Wes.
All right, so I need some things to play here for my shit to kind of happen.
These are my favorite ones. I like
Max Holloway again. You going Max?
No, I'm done with that. So yeah, I also agree. I think Mac and Cheese is gonna beat Volkanovski. Props to Volkanovski for trying, but we got weight classes for a reason. So I think Emmett's probably going to beat Yair, and I'm just not sure that Volkanovski's going to jump right back down and get into a fight later in the year. I think he's probably going to take a little bit of a beating from Makhachev, and I think he might end up taking the rest of the year off. I'm probably going to need that to happen. I think Arnold Allen is going to fight Josh Emmett at the end of the year, and I think Arnold Allen is going to beat Josh Emmett and going to be champ. Shout out to our boy Steve.
Interim champ.
I just can't.
So you think they're going to strip Volkanovski?
Yeah, I think they're going to keep the interim belt. Volkanovski a fight early next year against the winner of.
So that would mean
Allen.
Volkanovski is the champ.
So that's Volk. Yeah.
Well, no, y'all gave out points earlier. There was an interim champ. That's still the same thing. He's going to be champ. Yeah, Brad had an interim champ. I had the full champ.
No, I didn't.
You have two options to win this.
Brandon Moreno is like interim champ right now.
Yeah, I didn't pick that motherfucker.
I gave him an L for. I gave
plays
myself
Lego.
an L for Moreno.
If you pick Allen, that means you think he's gonna
fight
the winner of Arnold and Emmett.
So what?
He's gonna fight Volk.
So what if Volkanovski? What if he doesn't fight this year and Arnold Allen still got a belt though?
I'll say
still Volkanovski and he's
interim
not
champ.
The full champ.
I'll say this: Volkanovski is a very active fighter, and if Volkanovski loses to Makhachev, I can't see that guy just saying, "Okay, I won't fight."
Taking the whole year off.
he's been a very active fighter for a lot of years too. That plays into my decision too. I think he's going to take a little bit of time off. He's done everything.
Not if he loses.
He's done everything down at that weight class. So let me get this right.
Wes, I didn't get points for picking Moreno.
But what if
points for that? So
but what if
Volkanovski? You take the full champ.
I got to know. What if Volkanovski does not fight at 145?
Doesn't matter. He's
at all this year.
Champ.
Did they strip him? Did they strip him?
I don't fucking know. How do I know what they do with this shit?
Wes, last year you got a point for Amanda Nunes. You got a point for Amanda Nunes. She didn't fight at featherweight at all last year.
Well, this doesn't make it any fun anymore. Volkanovski, then put me down for Volkanovski.
There we go. I'm Volkanovski.
No, I thought you were going to go.
Volkanovski is either gonna not fight at 145 this year, or he's gonna fight at 145 this year and beat whoever he's fucking fighting. So give me Volkanovski. There's no other reason to pick anybody else.
Shaun, we could have just said that, and we didn't have to talk about other.
I didn't know if a dude doesn't fight in his fucking weight class for an entire year.
All that matters
he's still the champ.
is
who has the belt.
The full belt.
They're not gonna strip him because he's going for the champ shit. So they won't strip him.
Sit out anyway.
No, he's not.
I don't know.
Anyway.
He might.
It's Volkanovski.
Probably not.
What do you got, Lance?
I have Volkanovski. It's to Wes's credit, Arnold Allen, I think, could cause some problems for Volkanovski.
He's the best one of
Emmett or Yair. With that said, just simple math. I mean, it's possible Volkanovski could actually. I think there's a better chance of Volkanovski fighting 3 times than 1, because if Volkanovski fights in January, loses, he could come back in June and then defend his belt versus the interim winner, and then he could fight in November, December. So your Arnold Allen, I think, still would possibly have a shot if he fights Volkanovski in the year, but I don't think that'll happen. I think it's going to be he'll fight in July, something like that, and fight twice. So
I don't think Arnold Allen can beat him. Like I think he's the biggest threat of anybody in the top 10. I still don't think any of those dudes can beat Volkanovski. He's
maybe not. All right, let's move through breakthrough. Brad's gone. So
I'm here. Brad. I'm good. I'm going with the man who made me a bunch of money. Then I jumped off the train, and he cost me a bunch of money. But this year I'm back on the train. It's JSP. He's the breakout this year.
Oh no. Wes.
I'm gonna go with the old burrito man. I'm gonna go with Jordan Brito. He's got a couple. He had a couple really nice wins. He knocked out Feely. Got a good sub over an okay dude. So he definitely needs to step up this year. Needs to fight some dudes closer to the top 15 and shit. But only 27, looks Cuban 27, but still young. And I think if he can get some better opponents this year, the dude's an exciting fighter, and he could have a breakout year.
Shaun?
Lucas Almeida. He definitely could lose this year. But he's gonna be in some fun fights, and he's pretty vicious. So I'll take him.
I'm still picking.
That's bad for you.
You got to say one weight class ahead, Lance.
I know I tried. I got distracted. I'm going to say rebound year for my boy Pat Sabatini. Dreadful loss, embarrassing, disgustingly terrible. High motor coming out. He's going to learn how to get cardio and a chin, and he's going to be tough. All right. Let's move on. Now we move to the lightweight division. Brad, Daniel Zellhuber.
Great pick. He only lost as like a -500 favorite to some bum.
That's good. Rafael Fiziev, did he fight last year? I don't recall him very much.
Yeah.
Did he win?
For sure.
He only fought once, though, right?
I feel like he's been out, and I feel like he hasn't been active at all.
I'll give that one some partial credit.
That was like that was my one pick last year, to where Fizzy was already right there.
He beat the shit out of RDA. That's what
that's right.
I think that was probably one of the most impressive performances of last year.
Yeah, Fizzy's great. He was already like right outside the top 10.
I don't think he moved up at all. I think he stayed the same.
What is he
was already ahead of some of those guys. And then
Zeev's 6.
Sarukian for Shaun. And I don't know where he was ranked. We should not rank.
We should rank where Sarah. Yeah.
Well, all the people I picked were at least right around 10. So Fizzy moved up a little, and then Sarukian was right around there too, I believe, for Shaun.
He lost.
None of the ones I picked were ranked, for the record.
Nope.
All right.
I'm trying to do it this year. I'm going down a little bit.
Alex Hernandez special.
That was a good one. He was undefeated at lightweight, I think.
Was he?
Oh, he might have lost around there, but he didn't lose his last fight at lightweight. He lost it at featherweight.
At featherweight instead. Yeah.
That's pretty good. All right, let's
Leader
move on
of the
now.
free world, baby.
We go to the lightweight division. All of us picked Dubronx. Obviously, just an off night from the man. Just bad luck, really. I don't know if it was fixed if they've come out and said it, but obviously that's not a real win. So let's go back 155. Champion Brad.
Wes has picked the dude as his breakout or a couple years in a row now, but I think it's going to be champ year for him. I think Fizzy's a bad matchup for Mac and Cheese after what I've seen. And they've got all these old dudes that only want to fight each other at lightweight, and they're gonna have to look for somebody else for Mac and Cheese to fight because obviously he doesn't want to fight any of those dudes, or he wouldn't be defending his belt against a featherweight. So Fizzy's gonna sneak in and get a shot, and he's gonna sleep that man.
All right, that's a bad pick. Wes?
Yeah, I gave it some thought because I do think that's the dude around the top 6 or 7 that's got a chance to beat Mac and Cheese. I think he is it's got a really good matchup there, but I don't know if Fizzy fights enough to get that fight. There's just so many other fights for Mac and Cheese, all those old dudes that Brad talked about. Like, there's just blockbuster fights they can make for him. So I'm just gonna stay with Mac and Cheese, man. I think he beats Volkanovski, and then I guess he maybe fights Benny or Poirier or Gate, one of them at the end of the year.
Shaun.
Wins.
Fizzy.
Mac and Cheese. He beats anybody he fights.
Charles fucking Dubronx Oliveira is the champion. Easy fucking path.
He seems like he wants to take some time off.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna end up fighting Darius in like March. He didn't want to. He turned down a fight for January, which is I get. I think he fights Benny in March, makes him literally shit himself. He squeezes so hard, Benny shits all over himself. Makhachev sees that. He fears him. He knows it was just an off night. If Dubronx fights Darius, who's getting the title shot? It's Dubronx. Dubronx is getting it. They already offered Dubronx the title shot. He said no. So obviously the UFC still wants Dubronx to fight for the belt. He literally turned down the title fight, and Volkanovski took it.
I hope you're right, man. I think Mac and Cheese has got him, man. I just think it's a bad matchup. He had a
bad game plan, though. His game plan was bad.
It is what he is, though, man. Like, I mean, what changes?
But he was 10 times more tentative than he's been for the last 5 years because he was scared of the takedown. His thought should have been, I'm going to break this fucking guy's face off.
But he gets taken down, and it doesn't matter with other dudes. What this guy does, like he was just so. There was something going on with him that night. He did not look like the Dubronx. I agree. I did think he looked a little off, but man, I don't know if anything changes. I hope you're right. I fucking hope you're right.
Well, I gotta fucking find new podcast hosts. So thanks for all the fucking effort. All right, let's move on to breakthrough fighter here, Brad.
This one kind of sucked to find somebody. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't have a lot of success. So I figured I should probably go back to the well.
Bobby
Gregor Gillespie, right?
Oh, is he still fighting?
I thought that dude started a fucking charter fishing company or something like.
He didn't fight at all last year, did he?
I don't think so.
Never does.
No, he's fought once since 2019.
Okay.
I am not going with Gregor Gillespie.
Okay.
I'll go with the goo guy. He's the Georgian Gugan.
His fight just got canceled though against Moises.
That's fine.
Even
Plenty
more
of
time to rest, right?
I think that was gonna be a good win for him because Thiago Moises is a fucking upper echelon dude, and I think he was gonna roll him.
Yep.
All right. Who's next?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to a dude that did have some hype and lost to a really good fucking guy, and then didn't fight for a while. Shout out to our Spanish fucking brother. I'm gonna go with Joe Alvarez. I think he's got a big fight his next time out against Tugov, if that dude even shows up and gets off the plane, who usually doesn't. Sometimes he does, but I think if Joe Alvarez can beat that dude and then get somebody up around the top 10 in his next fight this year, I think he can have a breakout year. We all thought he was really good coming into that Sharukian fight, and he ran into just a monster. I think Sharukian's just we think that guy could be a title contender. So Joe Alvarez for me.
Oh, I think I found a good one. Shaun?
Ooh.
I was also taking Guram Kutateladze.
Yeah, I liked him as my second guy.
He's good, man.
Yep, his wrestling is fucking stupid, man.
Why are you guys always picking the same ones?
Because those are the good ones.
There's not enough.
Now you understand how I come up with the stupid shit at the end.
Yeah.
Come on.
Dubron.
Sean's got too much pride for that.
We put Lance last in this shit after we get the few good guys, and he doesn't even study shit. No, he's literally like
last year. I think if you listen to the podcast, I complained to the last year that I was the one that got the last pick. I'm taking Charles Dubronx Oliveira as breakthrough fighter of the year.
Oh my god, come on. Yep. You can't.
You should take Demir. This Demir guy, I hear he's got a lot of potential.
He does. I saw that. I also looked at that French guy who was in their special forces, Benoit Saint Denis. I like him. He's mean.
He likes to get punched in the face a lot.
Yeah,
he's not good a lot.
He's not very good, but I like him. All right, let's move on.
Go faster. That's what we need to do.
Because Lance has got to take 5 minutes to look at these lists. He didn't even look at them.
You take 10 minutes to break them down. I take 5 minutes to research.
Let's go.
All right, middleweight division. Champs last year.
Welterweight division.
Champs last year. Brad and me had Luque, pretty close. Wes had Usman, and Shaun had Chimaev.
Ofer.
Breakthrough.
Ofer.
Brad had Chaos Williams.
Ooh.
That's not a good one.
Then we had you need to look at mine from 2 years ago. That's what you need to do.
That's not what we're doing here.
It takes him 2 years to percolate.
And then Ian Gary. It's pass. I'd say Ian Gary was passable. I think some of the hypes went down because he can't finish fights.
Well, I mean, Shaun took a guy that was already like top 10 and
almost all.
He was not top 10. He was not top 10.
I mean, close.
Look at Shaun's picks: Ian Gary, Fiziev, Evelev, Valiev, Albazi.
That's mine.
They were all ranked.
That's Wes.
No,
that's Wes.
All of those dudes were outside
Alex
the top
Pereira
10.
was a good one.
All of those dudes were outside the top 10. Hell, Pavlovich too. Heavyweight was different though. Like you couldn't find a dude outside of the top 10, 15 who say breakout. Like that was bad. No, although dude, in Gary, Fiziev was like 10th.
Shaun's are worse. Yeah. Shave Cat, Saruki and
Tabora.
We won't talk about the rest, but Shaun picked all good guys except one who I didn't know was in the roster.
Yeah, except one dude that's like
all right. Shaun had Shave Cat. Shave Cat, he had a great year. I would say he broke. I would say though, in his credit, he did break through from a guy that fight fans thought was really good to a top echelon. I'm scared to fight this guy.
Yeah.
Randy Brown, undefeated last year. I'm taking it.
That's actually a decent pick. Like Randy Brown had some decent wins last year.
If he beats Jack Della,
he's
not. I think he might be in trouble.
Yeah. All right, and then okay, let's jump into champions, welterweight division.
Shave Cat. He took 2 years to percolate from when I picked him as Breakout. Now he's champ. That's the path right there. That's the best case for MMA.
Wes.
I'm going Usman. I'm just not sure Shave Cat gets a title shot this year. I think that's a really good fight, though. But I'm going to go Usman. We'll say there's something else happening in another division to where I think Usman's even got a better chance of keeping his belt.
It looks like Usman is going to face Leon next too now.
Yeah, I don't know if he
February or March.
Like, that dude's had so many hand problems and shit lately. I don't know if we get 2 fights out of Usman this year.
He's almost done, I think.
Yeah, his hands are starting to break down and shit. Like, he has like broken hands and fucked up hands after every fight now.
Yeah, his knees have been gone for years to start with.
Yeah, I'm going Chimaev again. I think he can. He's just got to make weight.
I think he might not make weight.
I think he might not fight in that division.
Yep.
The perfect path has arrived.
Oh, here
for
we go.
Colby.
Bronx.
Chaos. Covington.
Look at Covington.
Would have been better if it was
They're
Bronx.
fucking terrible.
He can't beat Usman. Well, he almost did. He just can't get over that hump of Usman. Usman, let's say he loses to Edwards again.
Now.
Loses to Edwards again. Colby just anal fucks Chimaev. I'm talking about works that
he gets knocked the fuck out by Chimaev.
Yeah, I think he gets knocked out.
I think Chimaev taps out in the 3rd round due to exhaustion with the pace
You're fucking
of that man. And then we got Leon Edwards, Colby. Not competitive at all. And you got your champion, Colby Chaos Covington.
Who?
I don't know.
You can't. Of course, you're not competitive against somebody that doesn't even exist.
That's fair. All right, let's go to Breakout in welterweight. Brad, you want to go Chaos again?
No, I want to go with Shave Cat. Fuck, what did I have for welterweight?
Leon Edwards.
Come back to me. Michael Morales.
There's really only one guy.
Michael Morales. Yeah.
He's good. All right.
Yeah,
the one guy.
I had a couple picked out. Morales was my second one, a little further down the list, but I'm gonna go with Jack Della. I think
Jack Della Maddalena. It's obvious.
I was gonna pick him. Now I gotta keep looking.
He's another. We're gonna find out eventually. He's another one of your fraud Australians.
I think so. I think so too, but he's fun, and if they give him the right guys, he's knocking dudes out, and he's putting on a show this year, and he's gonna get a big fight against a big puncher eventually, and it's gonna be shaky. But also further down the list, Michael Morales is a legit talent, legit.
Shaun?
Yeah, I got Jack Della Maddalena.
Well, now I gotta pick someone else. You guys always pick the same one. You leave me with nothing. Just scrolling through names.
There's very few prospects anymore.
Yep.
Because if you're good, either you're fighting somewhere else for better money, or you're already ranked.
Let me check one more thing. Hold on.
Lance.
Almost there. I gotta look up this guy.
Are you taking Conor McGregor? Is that who you?
Jeremiah Will, the 36-year-old breakthrough fighter.
36-year-old bullfrog, baby.
He's 37 years old.
36. Not 37 till October. He is murdering humans, killing them.
He is fun, but
he's awesome. Love him. He should fight more.
We said earlier, a Breakout can be any age, any rank. It's what kind of year you're gonna have.
Well, you guys always pick the same one.
We get the best ones.
We need to come up with ground rules then. You need to come prepared, Lance.
Yeah.
Bronx is a great breakthrough.
All of my breakouts are well outside the top 10 pretty much this year. So,
all right, middleweight champions: Brad Strickland, razor close.
Almost. Almost.
Wes.
He started off the year hot. All right.
Yeah.
Wes and Shaun, Adesanya. I had Whitaker. Me and Brad should get half a point for not picking Adesanya.
Well, me and Shaun should get half a point for having our breakout guy be the champ.
Champion.
Couldn't get a better breakout.
If you were so confident that he was going to break out, why didn't you pick him as champ then?
With that said, my breakout fighter is better than your breakout fighter, even though
your breakout fighter fight last year.
Yeah.
So
my breakout fighter is an internet sensation.
He did. He
His
fought.
name's going in the book.
He fought once last year, but it was like that shitty decision against Uriah Hall. So like, let's not crown
worst
Muniz.
fight.
Yeah, let's not crown Muniz just yet.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
I think he's very good, but you can't have shitty fights against Uriah Hall and be like better year than.
It was his first shitty fight. He's gonna do some things to my boy Brendan Allen.
Oh yeah, that's
all right.
that's
And
not,
then
not gonna be
breakout. Brad had Robert Sadiq and Hobo Cop.
I said it was the one dude if he came to the UFC, and then it was Hobo Cop. So.
And then he goes to signs with one, and his first fight is like a no contest. It's over within like 10 seconds. Yeah, one of the worst nut kicks you ever see. It like crushed his cup and shit.
Shaun and Wes had Tejera, and I had Muniz.
All right.
All right, champs.
I don't feel good about picking anybody in this division, really. But I guess I'll go with Pereira because he's only going to get better, right? I think in the garage. So yeah, he'll probably have one fight with Adesanya, and that'll be it for his year.
He fought 5 times last year.
Yeah, but now he's a champ. It's different. It's different.
They don't even offer champs that many fights now because they don't want to pay them. So
yeah, you can't heat up 5 Michelinas in a year like you did with that Greek fella.
This division is a little interesting to me. I do think Pereira and Adesanya is going to fight again, and Pereira probably wins again. I liked him in the first. I know he was losing that fight, but man, he's going to get hit more and more. It doesn't get better. So I think Pereira can win that again. But how I look at it is I don't think Cumshot goes back down to 170. I think Cumshot is going to be at 185. I think, and there's people around him telling him you can walk to a title. Actually, you can lay and pound a motherfucker out to a title at 185 with ease. And I think that that's a very strong possibility that he fights either Izzy or Pereira towards the end of the year after a fight at 185. So I got Chimaev as a champ, but I got him as a champ at 185 instead of 170.
I like it.
Shaun?
Just the creativity. I mean,
had to go out. Can't pick Pereira at Izzy again.
I'm picking Adesanya. As long as he doesn't fight Chimaev.
Yeah,
if he does, I think Chimaev beats him. But I'm hoping Chimaev goes to 170. But yeah, I think Adesanya beats Pereira in a rematch. If they don't do the instant rematch and Whitaker beats Pereira, I think Izzy beats Whitaker.
I'm kind of there. I have Whitaker. I think there's only going to be 2 title fights. I think it's going to be. I just think Adesanya has a block there. I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's beating Pereira. So I think Pereira beats Adesanya. I think Whitaker beats Pereira, and then I think that's a wrap for the year. So Whitaker for me. All right, let's now move to Breakout.
Going back to the well, baby. It's going back to the well. It's Hobo Cop. The easy one better not be Cumshot. I mean, that's some bullshit. If that's
you are forgetting a very big name, Bradley.
I'm probably not.
You're not allowed to take either of the 2 guys that I'm picking.
Well, I'm taking one of them, and Wes is going to be taking that one too.
I don't know.
You can't take him. He's mine. I claimed him 4 years ago.
Yeah,
I called him champ when he was a sophomore.
I'm not going there. Thought about it, but this is one where I actually had Lance in mind. I knew this was.
Don't take my other guy.
I don't know another guy.
2 now. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I'm going with Edmund. I think Edmund's going to have a breakout year. I think.
I
think the kid has turned the corner. He looked fucking tremendous in his last fight.
He didn't look that good. He did not look that good.
He looked good against a bum.
I just think they're gonna match him up nicely over the next year, and I think he could have some big wins and have a breakout. And they want to push that kid. They're gonna give him the right matchups. And
who cares now?
For some reason the UFC does. I don't know.
They used to when Ed Taverdian was actually something. Now who gives a fuck? He's not training there. It don't matter.
Yeah, well,
Brad, who you got?
We'll see.
Well, Brad already picked.
Oh,
so
Shaun.
I will go. I'm just kidding. You can go first, Lance.
Yeah, we know who you're taking.
I wasn't gonna pick.
You can go, Shaun. It's okay.
No, you got it, Lance. Take your guy.
I'm picking 2 guys.
You're not taking 2 guys.
I'm taking 2 guys. Andre Petrosky.
Okay, that's it. That's all you get. You get Petrosky. I'm taking Bo Nickel because.
And obviously, I invented Bo Nickel.
You can do whatever you want. I took Bo Nickel. You took Petrosky first. You're a moron.
I said when Bo was a sophomore, this guy would be the meanest motherfucker in MMA history. So I get claimed to both. You got to pick one of the other ones.
I will give Lance this. I will give Lance this. The only NCAA tournament that I've watched live. I watched down at Lance's, was down there for the weekend to go to some fights, I believe. And it was Bo Nickel's last tournament. And Lance was saying then, this dude's going to be like the meanest fucking guy.
Says that about a million fucking guys.
Bo is
and a bunch of them.
His top game. Bo is meanest top dude I've seen.
He was thinking that the guy could be very, very good. And
I thought Lance was going to go with Fluffy this year. It's Fluffy's time, baby.
I thought about it.
Petrosky being breakout though, man. Dude, have we watched Petrosky fight? Like, I know we won some money on the dude, but you know Petrosky like gasses all over the place and can get finished and stuff.
He gasses and he wins. He's won every third round of his career.
Bums, dude.
Absolute
against absolute bums. I love the dude.
That's my favorite bet of 2022. I will say that.
It wasn't
every third round.
Yeah, yeah. Favorite bet of the year.
Well, you got to think too. Like, I'm picking a guy that's not ranked. He wins a couple more fights. He's right.
Bo Nickel's the pick, though. I mean, everybody.
That was obviously that's why I picked 2, like Nickel and Petrosky. Brad got 2.
All right, light heavyweight. Let's go.
All right, last year we all had
divisions.
Glover. This year the answer was no champ. Breakthrough.
So Glover.
Brad had Thick Willie and Anton Turklich.
He's the pleasure man.
I don't know who that is.
They fed him to the jail man.
Wes had the unhung.
What did he do last year?
The unhung?
Yeah.
I don't think he did. He lost to Justin Jacoby.
Oh god.
He got
and that was the only fight.
Yeah, I bet on Jacoby kind of big.
He was 0-1. Shaun had Jalton Almeida. I don't think he was that high up at this point.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
A good one.
They didn't know the jail man like that now. Yeah.
I picked old Paul Craig. It's a winner. He's always
won.
Yeah, it's a win. He won. He beat a top 10 guy.
He signed a 6-fight contract.
Yeah.
That's winning right there.
2023 champion. All right. Brad.
This is the craziest division to pick of the whole thing because no, they're gonna slow burn him back to the title because he's got the 6 fights now. You can't have him be champ too early because then you gotta pay him. So Yuri's out. Glover's gonna win the belt, but then Glover's gonna retire. They don't want fucking Jan Kalaev fighting for the belt. Jan's not gonna fight for the belt. Rakic is out with a knee injury. So everything points to
no.
Ukraine is strong, baby. Nikita Krylov.
He doesn't even rep Ukraine. What the fuck?
Nikita Krylov is going to be the champ.
He's going to beat Spawn
at the end of the year. Yeah, absolutely.
Spawn's going to wreck him. All right.
Ryan Spawn is terrible.
I'm gonna say Glover. I think Glover beats Hill, but I think he sticks around as champ. I think he fights one more time.
Hope so.
And I think it's probably gonna be against the fucking dude that puts you to sleep, and it's gonna be a tough fight. But I think Glover can beat Ankalaev, so I think Glover fights twice and then Zier's champ, and hopefully he retires champ either after this first fight or after he beats Hill, or even if he fights a second time. I hope he retires with the belt. That'd be pretty cool to see.
Shaun?
Glover retires champ on January 1st, 2024.
Nice.
Oh,
we can
I'm taking Yuri as champ. I think Glover fights once.
He's not going to be back.
He's not fighting.
He's not fighting.
He's
he's out. No, he's out for he's out for like a full year.
He is a psycho. He's an absolute psycho. He might be back.
They're saying the surgery and stuff he had is like it's a year type shit.
No,
it's already locked in.
He'll fight in November or December. I think Glover. I can't see Glover fighting again. Glover is fighting in Brazil for the belt. He beats Jamal Hill. He finishes him. He's in Brazil. He's 43 years old. I think if we knew for sure Yuri was coming back in October, November, maybe he'd stick around to kind of get that redemption. But with the uncertainty that could be out there, I just don't see Glover just – what a great way to retire.
Man.
You win the belt in Brazil at 43.
He's
like
got
that's
nothing
that's
better
it.
to do, man.
He is a fighter though, bro. He trains. He's got a gym now training these dudes. He's still around it, still competing at the level he's competing at. It's hard.
Why?
Cause man, like if you go out there and beat a young kid like Jamal Hill for a title, like what in your like I get retiring with a belt and all that, the Brazil and all that, but man, the dude's a fighter. Like you can't drag these guys out there when they're getting knocked out dead, like to beat Jamal Hill and keep the belt. And
is he really gonna fight like Ankalaev for the belt at 44 years old? Like I don't see him sticking around.
Ankalaev never getting another title shot.
If Yuri is back, like you say, that's a fucking rematch. That's the fight. That's the fight everybody wants anyway.
If he's back, which I think he will be, and I don't know, we'll see. I think Glover wins and retires.
That makes Glover stay around a whole lot more likely if Yuri says I can be back by say November or something, and then they rematch. Like I think that keeps Glover
in that case, Glover's gonna be the champ because he's just.
I think so too. He
shoulder out of his socket.
He was fucking destroying Yuri before he literally blew his arm out. So I like Glover even more.
Fair. All right, breakthrough.
I feel like the obvious one here is the jail man.
He's a heavyweight. He's not a light heavyweight. He's scheduled for a heavyweight fight.
No, he's scheduled for
not ranked.
His last two
not
fights
ranked at either division.
Last two fights are at heavyweight, and he's scheduled for a heavyweight fight. We got to rank him as a heavyweight.
Well, I still think he's the obvious one at light heavyweight. He's going to drop down and fight there again. But without him in the picture, it gets pretty bleak at 205.
It's bad. You can have Jailton. As long as he fights at 205, you got it.
So you take a chance of no point or Jail Man kills this heavyweight and then kills a dude at.
Yeah, imagine if he kills a heavyweight, he gets ranked at heavyweight, comes back down, he kills a light heavyweight, and then he gets
a breakout.
Both. Yeah,
that's a breakout. Yeah.
Boom.
Wes?
Yeah, it's tough, man. I'm gonna go with this Mirzakhanov. Dudes beat up a couple.
Almost lost to Teflon.
He almost lost it.
I know, man. He pulled that out, but then he fucking beat up Devin Clark. I think he's exciting. There's nobody at this weight, so if this dude can beat up a couple dudes in some exciting fights this year, I think he can move up. It's just such a shitty division. I also looked at fucking. I mean, it's so bad. I looked at fucking the kickboxer Pretty Boy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm taking.
It's one or the other. It's one or the other. Like both of these dudes are like undefeated. Like it's a horrible division, man.
Yeah, it is a horrible division. I'm taking Carlos Ulberg.
Oh God, Bear Jew.
Yeah,
he's moving from ninth to top 3 this year.
Tyson Pedro. would be a decent pick.
Breakout. You need Brad to at least fight for a title or something.
What? He's ninth. If he gets the top 3,
he's fought like all these dudes
in
the
division. He's ninth, and he's beaten like 6 guys ahead of him, and he's still ninth somehow.
He's got to
the guy he broke in half about a year ago is fighting for the belt.
So he's got to
and the guy that he broke in half a couple of years ago just fought for the belt. Like he can't break out any more than he already has. He owns these dudes.
He's the best. I mean, what can you do? All right, heavyweight division. Let's wrap up heavyweight real quick. It's real shit, and then we'll wrap up for the show. Champs last year, Brad and Wes had Ngannou. Brad and Wes had Ngannou. Shaun said no champ all year. And you're gonna strip? Is that the strip Ngannou thing? I picked Derek Lewis, obviously.
Smart.
I might do it. I picked him the last 2 years.
My favorite is your breakout guy, though.
Who is it? Bones. He broke out more than Don'Tale Mays.
That's true.
I think we're talking about breaking out from jail, or what are we doing here?
I don't know. I think Lance might have just been a year early, actually.
Brad, Nascimento, for breakthrough, Wes, Pavlovich, which is good. Don'Tale Mays, I have no idea. Bones didn't fight. All right, who's your 2023 predictions for champion?
Hog.
Pretty easy.
Going Curtis Blades.
Oh God.
Who is he gonna beat that knows how to fight?
Not Hog.
I think he beats John Jones.
In a fight?
Yeah, I think.
You think Jones is gonna fight twice this year? He's gonna beat Hog and then beat Blades.
I think he's gonna fight Blades before he fights Hog.
There's a 0.0% chance Jones is coming back to fight Curtis Blades. He doesn't even know who that is.
It's been talked about.
The only way he fights Blades is if he beats Hog first for the belt and fights.
He's fighting Ngannou.
Yeah, that's the first fight that's gonna happen.
And if he doesn't fight Ngannou, the UFC is going to strip Ngannou, and it's going to be John versus someone.
I mean, Ngannou still doesn't have a contract with the UFC.
He will.
He will.
He's gonna fight.
It's gonna be the Hog and Bones. And look, I'm still back and forth on it. I don't know if I'll make a pick on that fight unless it happens and it's like the day before and I'm making a bet. But right now I lean the Hog. I just think power and size and that shit matters. The Hog's takedown defenses look so much better. He's actually wrestling dudes with a bum knee and shit now when he's got to. Could Jones beat him? Absolutely. So I'm going to say Hog because I think that fight happens, and then maybe Ngannou fights somebody, Pavlovich or somebody at the end of the year. I just think he's got too much power for all these guys.
Is John Jones even allowed to fight this year? No. I thought he got suspended until 2024.
No, I mean, he's saying that he's saying now that he's definitely fighting this year. The UFC saying they're going to it's going to be Ngannou sometime this year.
John Jones has been talking about moving to heavyweight for 10 years.
I'm taking John Jones.
There
champ.
it is.
I think he fights Ngannou next. I think he murders him. I think Ngannou is just going to be too slow in that one. So I think John can avoid the shot, get a dub. All right. Breakthrough before we wrap it. Who you got, Brad? Do I even know anyone?
It's the double jail man.
Yep.
Obviously.
Yeah. I looked at Jail Man for heavyweight too because that's where he's actually fighting. But I'm gonna go just some off the wall shit for this one. John Jones is gonna be my breakout fighter because I think that fight's gonna happen with Ngannou. If Jones beats Ngannou and becomes heavyweight champ, absolute breakout guy in the division. So I'm backing myself there, but I also think there's a chance that John Jones, if he beats Ngannou, gets in trouble, gets arrested, gets stripped of the belt, and Ngannou fights Blades or somebody, Pavlich at the end of the year.
Jail? Is that what's going on?
And Ngannou's the champ at the end of the year. So there's multiple paths for Ngannou to be champ by the end of the year. There's a path for John Jones to be the breakout fighter at heavyweight this year. That fight's
his cellmate. Is his cellmate Lee Murray or something? What's going on here?
Better not be the jail man. I'll tell you that, because he's taking what he wants. He's taking what he wants at a BC style. So, yeah, John Jones Breakout. That fight's going to happen though. I think Hillman and Ngannou fight this year, and I think it's going to be one of the biggest fights the UFC's ever had.
Next,
I'm taking the jail man. I don't care. Brad doesn't get to take him twice. We're not gonna have time to do fucking hot takes this year. I don't think, like we do normally years. My hot take was gonna be John Jones fights twice and loses both times in the UFC.
Yeah, that probably won't happen. If he lost,
my hot take was gonna be Cejudo, McGregor, and Jones have a combined 0 fights in the UFC this year.
I think.
Not bad. Ooh, all right,
I would
Jason's
say
telling us we'll do it. So fuck it. I mean, I guess
over under 1.5 fights for all of those guys this year. You know, I'm hammering the over. I'm hammering. John's gonna fight at least once. I think Cejudo fights at least once this year. Connor's not fighting. I don't think Connor ever fights again in the UFC.
I think they all fight this year.
I don't think Connor ever fights again in the UFC. There's a hot take for you.
He's
Connor
cutting weight right now.
He cutting weight. That motherfucker's on steroids. What are you talking
cutting
about?
Weight. He's not cutting weight. He's just doing cocaine right now.
So no, is he cutting from 205? So he's cutting from 205 to like 185 or something.
Don't be jealous of his physique.
I don't think Connor ever fights in the UFC again. That's over. They couldn't. I don't think they can pay Connor the money that he can make in other shit. Even the UFC, even if they offer him fucking $15 million for a fight, he could make fucking double that. Fighting fucking Floyd again. Hell, he could go fight Floyd again tomorrow and make fucking $100 million. Why everyone step foot in a fucking?
I don't think people are paying for that like they did last time.
Yes, they would. Yeah, they would. They're idiots.
Who would pay $80?
Sponsors will pay for it.
Yeah, they would make a ton of money.
12 will pay for it.
How much do you think Connor gets from if he goes over to slap fight? You know, that's the big deal. Did you see they've got a spank fight now? But what I want to see is the dudes from slap fight doing the spank fight. That would be TV right there. Right? That's the crossover event of the century.
So I saw this thing that Bellator is they're trying to sell. Bellator is going to be sold again, possibly. That because it obviously makes.
There's rumors, yeah.
No money. I think it was.
We should put the Toastmaster. Put the Toastmaster pool together, and we buy Bellator.
Bellator closes its doors this year.
Ooh,
this is it.
Okay.
This is the end. They've been trying this shit. These big networks, big contracts, all these fighters, all this different shit, and they lose money every single quarter. They lose money all the time. Their cards are getting way more sporadic. Their big cards suck. They have like 5 known fighters. I think Bellator's done. So that's my hot take. I don't have a breakthrough fighter.
I don't think. Bellator's not going anywhere. Some other schmuck network will pick them up.
Why? They don't do any ratings. None.
Content, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, bro.
No,
you think ESPN pays for the PFL to put them on their fucking ESPN Plus and shit for like nothing. I mean,
PFL's way better than Bellator.
I don't know. I enjoy
Bellator's got Bader Fedor 2 scheduled.
What's bad? What's bad though? Bellator has some legit talent in certain spots, and then they got they got a bunch of young of these fucking wrestlers and shit that would be fighting. The UFC just has not signed a bunch of these up and coming wrestlers and shit that they have.
Did you see the numbers on Pitbull McKee last year? Their biggest fight of the year.
Yeah,
it did about 100,000 views.
Well, I mean,
their biggest fight of the year did 100,000 views. Do you realize how bad that is? That's like nobody watched.
The PFL just tried to do a pay-per-view and got like fucking 20,000 buys or some shit, man.
They're getting backed by ESPN, so they don't give a shit.
That's what I'm saying. There's going to be another network will pay Bell. They'll strip it. They'll get rid of
ESPN. ESPN's the only one that can get away with that because they have all their different things with ESPN Plus and all that different stuff. They're the ones that can get away with it.
I mean,
Elon
wants the only guy that likes pissing away more money than
there's also
Bellator right now.
Well, Zuckerberg too. Like, there's all these streaming properties that want content. You got Hulu, you got Amazon, all of them want it, dude. You got Fox that they're talking about trying to get back into MMA shit. Bellator will be picked up by some network or streaming service, and they'll strip it down. It'll be worse than it is now, which is crazy. They just won't be paying guys like Ryan Bader fucking $3 million and paying fucking Czech Congo's been over getting $100,000 checks for fucking 10 years and shit.
They've spent all this money and done all this stuff, been around forever. Go ask 10 people on the street what Bellator is. 0 say they know what it is. They suck so bad. Now people know what PFL is. Jake Paul, just like that. People know what PFL is. They'll watch it even if he never fights because they'll be interested because Jake Paul's so big. Anyway, that's enough. That's enough talking.
You're not going to recap our shitty hot takes from last year real quick, Lance?
Are they on there?
Yours were very bad.
2 current champs retired. Did that happen?
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't even see the hot takes.
I think they did. Conor wins a fight and Cejudo comes back. I thought those were pretty good. Ngannou under 1.5 fights left in the UFC. Well, that's a TBD.
That is a TBD.
So that doesn't count. Nate Diaz only fights one more time. Yours weren't hot. Yours were lukewarm takes, just like your breakthrough fighters. John Jones.
0 John Jones fights in 2022.
Just not good. More watered down city cards. See, more city touts. Wes's don't count. Those are just the opposite of hot takes.
Obvious.
Why am I 0 for 3 here?
More Brazil champs than all others. I think that's
one didn't
right.
happen.
It didn't?
I didn't listen back. What was your thing with DraftKings in Canada?
I don't know, but it says DraftKings in Canada, and DraftKings is in Canada. They weren't in Canada at the start of the year, and they are now.
Unfortunately, there's not more Brazilian champs than all others. And
actually,
fought once.
You know what? I've got to be honest. I'm a man of integrity. You got to change it back to a 0 because as of right now, DraftKings does not allow MMA betting.
You can't bet on fights in fucking Ontario.
That's true. All right. Okay, that will do it for this year's year-end show. Show comes back next week for fights. I haven't even looked at the card. I assume it's bad. So fights are back next week. I will not be on the show next week, but the boys will handle it. Maybe you can find someone to do a guest spot or whatever. I think Paul will want to come on or Dan or something. So, but we hope everyone had a great new year. We hope everyone was profitable last year. Good start to the year, and we will see you guys next week.
Toutmaster.
Toutmaster.